Hi, Nathan here from Buyers Club. Welcome back to another property market video. Today we're looking at Tamworth in New South Wales, already a major regional centre with a population of about 70,000 people now. And across the region, average house prices are now hitting about $700,000. And if we start off by taking a look at price history in Tamworth, you can see that growth has been quite stable here for a long time. And if you compare the slope of the chart pre 2018 with post 2018, the rate of growth has been noticeably different across those two periods. Pre 2018, annual growth averaged out to around 4.5%, while in the years since 2018, annual price growth has averaged out to almost double that at about 8.5%. And if we take a look at our rolling measure of monthly price growth, you can see that prices have only once dipped negative since 2010, very briefly back in 2019. And just after that, we saw growth peak at almost 2% a month in early 2022. The market has cooled off a bit since then, but we have seen again a steady build in price momentum since 2024. So for quite a long time now. And it does look for now like price growth has settled at around about 1% a month. So currently still quite a hot market in terms of recent house price growth. And then I think this is a really interesting chart. We're looking here at the share of overall property transactions in New South Wales that have taken place in Tamworth over time. So this is almost a measure of how popular the market is over time compared to the state as a whole. And you can see that from around 2010 to 2016 on the left-hand side of the chart here, Tamworth was quite stable and it made up about 0.5% of all of New South Wales's property transactions. But over time, the trajectory here has been really impressive and it's almost tripled up to almost 1.5% of the state's total property transactions. So there's been a real lift in market activity here over time. If we look at some economic indicators as well, Tamworth has had a fantastic improvement over time in terms of its local unemployment. Back in 2015, the unemployment rate was about 2% higher than the state, but that's trended steadily down over time over the past 10 years. Today, unemployment in Tamworth has flipped and it's now 2% below the state level. So it's a really impressive level of improvement over time from where it once was. Similarly, economic growth has been excellent for several years now. You can see that for a while there, it was kind of matching the state in terms of annual regional product. After a bit of a decline during COVID, though, back in 2020, Tamworth has not only grown faster than New South Wales has overall in terms of economic output, but the rate of that growth has continued to rise since 2020, even as New South Wales saw a fall in growth in 2024. And if we take a look at the infrastructure pipeline in Tamworth, I think there are some really exciting projects that are going to undergird the long-term appeal of this market. In particular, right now is the new UNE campus, new university, which is always a great sign for a developing regional economy. And also the major hospital expansion is fantastic to see. As it is for many towns of this size and larger towns, healthcare is a primary industry of employment for Tamworth. So it's excellent to see a higher level of investment into that industry as a continued source of employment and economic growth for the region. Overall, this looks like a market with really strong short-term market data, already showing excellent levels of price growth, along with a really resilient long-term risk profile too, with the solid infrastructure pipeline that we've just had a look at. Let us know your thoughts in the comments though. Is this a market that you would be considering as well for your own investments? Do you have any concerns about Tamworth over the long term? Or are there other areas that you like the look of as well in regional New South Wales? Let us know and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.